We come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Joining me tonight, the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. It's Jay Williams.
Ed, you continue to surprise me, my man. I didn't know you knew about the Queen City.
All I know is you're the king in that town in the Garden State.
Well, we're going to find out who the king is on the court this evening.
To P.J. Tucker, 4-3. Cleans it up. On the follow. Way to stay with it. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Now it's Harden at the controls. To P.J. Tucker. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Another follow. Still no good. Kawhi Leonard against the former MVP. To Beverly. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Westbrook into the front court. Down 2. To Harden. Even to Zubac. Pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
George here against P.J. Tucker. Strong finish for Paul George.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good to cement the three-point play. The lead is back down to 1. George, they'll get it down to Leonard. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Curling inside, and the finish at the rim. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Westbrook to Harden. Great dish to set it up. No good, and no foul.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Paul George at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. 2 for 2 on that trip. Houston with the basketball. Austin Rivers goes to the right side. Fires the 3. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Well, their first 3, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
It was right there.
0-4 to start the game. Don't worry about that. You can make your next 6 shots and then be 6 attempts in the field. That's 60%. That can get you 80 million.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Oh, and we have a 5-second violation. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply. He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And Patrick Beverley plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To P.J. Tucker. And a nice finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Kawhi Leonard, defended by Tucker. Deep left corner. Iman Shumpert, able to recover with the block. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Leonard gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Knocked loose. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kenneth Faried. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
We're through one at Staples Center with the Clippers on top. Jay and I back to Southern California after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the 2nd quarter. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard to George. Lets it fly from long range. Rebound for Capella. Takes stock of the floor. Locked in to Gerald Green. Kawhi Leonard with the block. To Harden.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Leonard to Paul George. Clint Capella with a piece.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
George buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the 2nd quarter. Harden to Faried. Finishes strong.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Driving right to the basket.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
George. Harden's on him. Gets it in the left corner. Beverley. Patrick Beverley. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Faried.
For the Los Angeles Clippers, number 20.
Kenneth Faried powers it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Leonard. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
James Harden. He's now 5 for 6.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harden. To Westbrook. Oh, he had him there for a second. Curling inside. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Beverley. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Harden. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
And throws it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Harden. Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him, make him think that maybe you will take him, maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
George to the basket, but it won't go. Harden with the basketball. 9-point margin. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 3 for 3 in this first half.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Ah, the monster stuff. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Capella. Oh, that's 3 seconds. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 17, PJ Tucker.
Kawhi Leonard, defended by Eric Gordon. From long range, too easy. Defense has to communicate.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. Now the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it. First half has come to an end. And a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. George can't connect. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end When there is a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Great look and vision, and a throwdown.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Cruises inside for 2.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
To George. Going to launch beyond the arc, and he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. First one goes down. Hits a second. One more coming. Perfect from the line. Hits all 3 of them. Westbrook goes to the left side. And draws the foul.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
James Harden, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc and drills it. Jay, spacing can be a beautiful thing.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Tucker. Even to Zubac. Tips it. 4th this contest.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
And count the basket inside.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Leonard. Beyond the arc for 3. Tucker with the rebound. Westbrook into the front court. 14-point deficit. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. Buries it.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Kawhi Leonard against Harden. To George. Here's a chance from long range. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a 3-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the 3-point shot.
Westbrook to Harden. Stuffs it down with authority.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. James Harden. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Harden with it up top.
Defense.
Down a bundle.
Defense, let's go.
To P.J. Tucker. trying to cash in. Hand in his face. Still hits. You don't see that very often.
Closing out or contesting his shot is a really bad idea because now the offense knows they can extend you away from the basket, and that's away from your original position as being a help defender.
In the slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Add 2 points to the board.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
For 3, Tucker, dead-on three-point shooter. Tough to guard.
We love to break this game down analytically. We even love to break it down more psychologically. But sometimes it's just about settling into the game. It seemed like in the first half, things were rushed. Now we finally see them have their composure and their poise.
Harden has it up the floor. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Slam dunk, Patrick Beverly.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
On the drive, it's Harden, but his shot no good. Williams into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. Fires the 3, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. A couple of cracks at the line now.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. That ends the third quarter. It's been all Clippers so far. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. And they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
Good for 3.
Well, easy difference there. In the first half, the offense allowed the defense to settle into their half-court sets defensively, and that's why the shots were all contested. But now, since they've picked up the pace of the game, they're getting a lot more action out of transition threes.
Deep left corner. Slams it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither. Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Oh, he can't connect. To Williams. From the outside, no good. Slam dunk.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Leonard to Williams. Lou Williams. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Leonard. 4-3. And Kawhi Leonard buries the 3.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough 2 rather than an easy 3.
Clippers have the basketball. Wide open look won't go.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
Tucker to Westbrook. Fires the three. Westbrook bothered just enough on that one. Leonard. Off the assist.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Westbrook.
Into the game for the Rockets, number
Finish that. To Paul George. Count it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Russ at the controls. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Leonard to Beverly from long range. And Patrick Beverly plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Have to be careful inbounding the basketball, but good anticipation by the defense.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Westbrook to Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
And Paul George, not sure why they left him that wide open. Takes advantage.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
George, well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Westbrook buries it on the catch and shoot.
Consistency wins a game. Sometimes you have to double down. I'm sure that's what their coach told them to do in the locker room. Keep shooting your shot.
Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Clint Capella. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. You might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Beverly to Leonard. Beyond the arc for three. Great defense, forcing the miss. Kawhi Leonard snatching it out of the air.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Harden. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Deep three at the buzzer. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one in blowout fashion. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a